Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dawn, and today you are going to practice your English with me as I bake some cookies. So I thought this would be a new type of video where I'm going to be doing some daily things, and today it's all about cookies. And so you can see how I'm talking and how I'm using different words by using different tools, different ingredients, and just chat with me because it's almost Christmas and I need to make cookies because that's what I like to do over the holidays. So today I'm making these coconut type cookies, and because my boyfriend loves anything coconut and because I just love making cookies or anything for the holidays. I have not been particularly very Christmassy this year. When I say Christmassy, that means like Christmas-ish, like a little bit. Like I have not been Christmassy at all. And so I think this will help me get in the mood because Christmas is on Sundays. So I am going to make some cookies and hope you can learn some new words as we go. So it's telling me to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. All right, so that's Fahrenheit. So Celsius is about 175. So preheat, I'm going to start heating my oven. Make sure nothing is in there so I don't burn the place down. All right, but I will break some magnets. All right, so now my oven is heating and now I'm going to start combining things. So it's telling me combine flour, baking soda, and salt together. Okay. So I have a medium-sized bowl. I'm gonna take my flour. So I always thought that it was so funny. I live in Lima, Peru, if you don't know, and they always have two types of flours. They have harina preparada. I cannot pronounce things well, but they have this type of flour that already has like leavening things, so it will make the product bigger. And then they have normal flour. So this is all I have at home, so I just hope it works. But let's see, we have flour, baking soda, and salt. So I need 1¼ cup. So I'm going to leave the description so you can follow along, so that when you know when I say 1¼ cup, then you can look down the description, you can see what that means. So this is a flour. Wow, there's so much traffic outside. So I'm gonna have some flour. Here's my 1 cup. Oops. And then my quarter. So this is a quarter. Oops. I got some extra spillage. Spillage is a word that's kind of like when you have too much, like spill, but we just say spillage. So I had a little bit of flour spillage, but that's okay. Oh, and I have flour going on my computer, and that's okay. All right, so we have our flour, baking soda. So I don't know where you are in the world. Let me know where you are in the world in the comments, but I can never find this in Peru. I actually always have to bring a box with me when I go home to Canada. So my mom always buys me a box of baking soda. I mean, if you are in Peru and you know where these things are, like let me know because I have no idea. Okay, so it says quarter. Oh, ½ teaspoon. So it's telling me ½ teaspoon. Okay, so ½ teaspoon from my measuring spoons. Boom, ½ teaspoon. And ¼ teaspoon of salt. Okay. So here's my salt. Oh dear. I think I just put some extra salt in there. That's okay. So I'm going to get ¼ of it. Maybe I'll put a little bit less because I had some salt spillage. Boom. Okay, and then it says to mix it all together. I don't have my mixing spoon, so I'll go get that. And it says to put it all together, mix, 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 and then set aside. So, setting aside. Now it says to beat butter brown sugar and white sugar together in a large bowl. Okay, here's a bowl. It says to use an electric mixer, and I do have one, but I'm just lazy, and I don't know if this will make me more lazy or more ambitious, but I'm just not going to use it. I'm just going to go at it. So, butter and sugars. We need half a cup of butter. Half a cup, okay? I guess I can use my measuring tool, my measuring cup. It says I need half a cup of this, so I guess I need a knife. And what I like to do, because I am so lazy, is I just cut it to small pieces and squish it into my cup. Squish means like, oops, I just dropped some butter. But squish just means to really make it all compact in the cup. Good thing my garbage is right here. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna squish it in my little cup. But anyways, holidays are so fun. I usually go home to Canada for the holidays, but I was recently there for like a month. So not that I don't love my family, but it's just too long of a vacation. Too long of a way to get there and too long to spend time with my family. So this year I'm going to do a Zoom, and that is totally fine by me. But I can expect my family to make lots of delicious foods. In Canada, in our culture, it's more common to make lots of cookies and then give them as presents to your friends and your family, your neighbor, your doorman, like whoever is in your life. Like a really common and simple present that we do is we make so many cookies, we put them in pretty boxes, and then we just give them to our people. So I did that last year and it was so fun, but I think I was baking for like 2 weeks and then my oven stopped working, so I decided not to do that this year. But I can make these little coconut Christmas cookies and that will be fun. All right, so I kind of have a half a cup. I say kind of because it's clearly not perfect, but I'm just gonna squish that in. And then it says my sugars. So in North America, we have brown sugar, but in Peru there is azúcar rubia. And so it's not technically the same, but it's fine. We'll make it the same. So then it says half a cup of brown sugar. So just gonna fill this up. That is a phrasal verb, fill this up. So it is almost filled up. There. And then it says half a cup of white sugar. So let's get our white sugar. I have this little tail at it. Okay. So now I will fill up in this measuring cup. All right, so now we have a lot of sugar and a lot of butter. And it's telling me to beat it, but again, like I said, I don't feel like that, so I'm going to take a fork and squish it all together and make it work and just talk. All right, so here we are. I don't know about you if you like making cookies or if cooking is your thing at all, but my mother is an incredible cook. She's from the Philippines and her Filipino food is amazing. Maybe I'll make a vlog of a Filipino dish one day. But anything she does and touches, she can just make it into delicious magic. And so if you know somebody like that, you want to keep them in your lives. So squishing, squishing, squishing. I think I made a mistake. Maybe I should have used my mixer, but that's okay, my electric mixer. But one thing that you can do to practice your English is to do exactly what I'm doing. Either cook along with me, or you can just simply watch somebody else on YouTube if you wanted to, or go into your own kitchen and make something and talk out loud, talking to yourself. And you can say, you can look at a recipe, and if it says beat this together, and maybe you think, what is that word? Then you can quickly look it up. That's another phrasal verb. Research it, look it up, research. And then you can find the answer and do exactly what it says. This recipe told me that I need to beat this together, but I don't want to. And also mixing it like this will do the same thing. So mixing, or beating. Oh my gosh, my arm hurts. Okay. And it says to do this until it is smooth. So I think I have a while to go before it is smooth, but at least my butter is, it's mixing in well. That's a phrasal verb, mixing in. Okay, to make this go a little bit easier, I'm going to use a wooden spoon. All right, now it says add egg and vanilla. So I have one singular egg, I'm gonna crack it, boom. And then it says to add vanilla. How much vanilla? Oh. Well, I always like to do this thing called there's no rules with vanilla. So I like to just pour what my heart desires. That is a very common expression in English. Do what your heart desires. And my heart desires a lot of vanilla. All right, now I'm going to mix this all together. It says beat until light and fluffy. So if you see something like that in a recipe and you say, what does that mean? Light and fluffy means that it needs to look like it's all emulsified together. Emulsified means like completely together. And it needs to look like it is not dead. So light and fluffy, once I have this, then I will show it to you. This is an arm workout. All right, so this is the texture of light and fluffy. It's light because it feels like there's air inside, and it's fluffy because it's like a little lumpy. It has fluff to it. If I didn't mix it, then it would probably be all grainy from the sugar. But this is light and fluffy, just like the recipe asked. All right, what's next? So now it says gradually, so that means slowly, blend in your flour mixture and then the coconut. Okay, so now our coconut friend is coming along, but whoops, we're going to gradually or slowly put this together. So little by little, in Spanish, poco a poco, I think. And we'll keep going until all of this is mixed in. There, oops, that's another phrasal verb, mixed in, when everything is combined. All right. Lots of people always ask me, like, don't you miss your family if you don't go for the big holidays? And honestly, like, yes, of course. Like, I have 2 really small nieces in my family. My sister has 2 little girls, and they are so precious. I love them to pieces. I try to call them almost every day just to make sure that I'm in their lives so that I can still be part of their everyday because they are so small. So yes, I do miss them, but I don't try to focus on holidays so specifically, mostly because, well, traveling in the holidays, if you ever went to an airport in the holidays, it's the worst. And so I almost never do that. Well, I try not to. And then if I try to see them for any other time of the year, then it's just as special. It doesn't always have to be a holiday, but of course I will miss my family, but I'm also happy to be with my Peruvian family this year. So that will be fun. Ugh, my gosh, I am getting sweaty. So let's see. This is gradually all in almost. So after this is mixed in, then it says that I need to put in my coconut. Okay. How much coconut do I need? 3 inches apart. Oops. My computer is getting sticky. Okay. 1 cup and 1/3. 1 1/3 cups. Okay. So making sure this is all done first. Okay. And now I'm going to use my other bowl to get my coconut because my coconut is a little old. And so it's a little clump together. So clump means like it's kind of like sticky together. So it's all clumped together. So I'm going to use this other bowl to help me break it apart. So there's another new word, break apart, if you don't know. So break apart just means that everything is separated. These are funny words. Okay, so I am breaking apart the coconut. I'm going to see if I have enough here. So it says I need 1 1/3 cup. So here's 1, maybe. Oh yeah. So that's almost filled up. All right, boom, and 1/3. So maybe I will have enough. If not, I have more coconut. Yep, we need more coconut, that's okay. Here's my coconut. Ugh. Things like to explode on me in kitchens, so better safe than sorry. Okay, I just need that much. All right. I like to pack it in. There's another phrasal verb where everything is really in. There's no air. It's packed in. Why? Because coconut's amazing. Coconut is amazing. Okay. Put this in here. All right, now what? So it says, stir in coconut until well combined. So well combined just means mixed in. So we're going to do that. I hope this is exactly what it's supposed to look like. I have never made these cookies before, but I hope they work. I hope it works out. There's another phrasal verb, work out. I hope it works out. I hope that it will look like a cookie and it will not look like something random. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is well combined, meaning that everything is mixed together. I have some on my finger, so I'm going to taste it. That is delicious. All right, so it says drop dough. So this is our dough by teaspoonfuls, so small balls, onto ungreased cookie sheets. All right, I need a cookie sheet. This is a cookie sheet. I like to put parchment paper on my cookie sheet. Wipe my hand. And so parchment paper is super common in North America. In Latin America, I've never really seen it until Dollar City came to Peru, and I love Dollar City. If you ever go to a Dollar City, it's the best. But also, Dollar City is Canadian, and they have lots of products that are all about that are Canadian. So like every time I walk into a Dollar City in Lima, Peru, I am like, where am I? Like, am I home right now? And so they have lots of products that I am familiar with, and parchment paper is one of them. So parchment paper just helps make sure that you don't burn your house down, and also make sure that you protect your cookie sheet, and also helps with not having to clean so much. So I like to fold my parchment paper along to make sure that it is more or less the correct size, like the same size as my cookie sheet. It's not beautiful, but it will do. So it will do, that is another common expression. So it's telling me drop dough by teaspoonfuls. So when it's telling me to drop the dough, it's not meaning like just like drop it like that. Oh, that's pretty sticky. It's telling me that I just need to make a little spoonful on the cookie sheet. So it's saying a teaspoonful, so this is a teaspoon. This is also a teaspoon, and so it's basically just like a little spoon. And so I'm just gonna take, I don't know, that much? How much should we put? Drop dough. Drop spoonful, okay. Well, it's not really telling me much more information, so I'm just going to go along with it. I'm going to guess. So here is a spoonful-ish. Again, I'm not dropping it on my cookie sheet. I'm just dropping it kind of along the cookie sheet. I have a friend in Canada, and she's hilarious, but she likes to measure her cookies by the gram. And what that does is make sure that everything is super uniform and the same. And so I respect that, but I am not that person. All right, so this is going to be, the next one will be 3 inches apart. So kind of far, because these cookies are going to spread. So I'm just going to guess. I don't know what 3 inches is exactly, but we're just going to guess away. We're going to go along with it. I think I will only put a few on this one, because if it's 3 inches, then I am running out of space. Running out. There's another phrasal verb, running out of space. All right. Almost there. All right, almost done. And I don't know how common coconut cookies are, like where I'm living in Peru, but if they are common for you, like definitely try this recipe because I haven't even tried the cooked cookie yet and it's delicious. It is so delicious. All right, so I still have lots of dough remaining, but we are just going to pop this in the oven. So that's an expression. Pop this in the oven for, it says 8 to 10 minutes. Oh, and it's completely preheated. So we are going to pop this in for about 8 to 10 minutes and see what happens. All right, so I have this in the oven and a mess around, so we're just gonna come back once the cookies are ready. All right, so my cookies are out of the oven. I separated them from the cookie sheet. Clearly, they are not very beautiful, but to make up for that, that is another phrasal verb, to make up for their not perfectness, I sprinkled, so this is sprinkle, I sprinkled some coconut flakes just to make them a little more interesting. All right, so thank you so much for hanging out with me and for making these interesting cookies with me. They smell delicious. I am going to eat a cookie and then make some more. So we will practice our English next time. See you later.